The squeals and the excitement of the fans who see him, it's a lot of fun. They embrace him. They love him. It's allowed the public to fall in love with Biscuit, fall in love with America's Vet Dogs, and also fall in love with the Capitals for what they're doing for veterans and first responders. My name is Deanna Stone, and this sleepy guy right here is Biscuit. And Biscuit is an 8-month-old chocolate lab with America's Vet Dogs. I'm raising him and partnering along with the Washington Capitals as he grows up to become a service dog for a veteran or first responder. He's a really interesting combination of goofy, yet focused at the same time. When he's kind of off duty, we'll call it, he's really goofy, super loving, he's a kissing machine. However, when we're training and he's learning something new, he's extremely focused and remains on task really well. And as his puppy raiser, I'm responsible for his raising, training, and socializing until he's about, give or take, 16 months old. So our goal as a puppy raiser is to make our puppy's world a little bit bigger. One of the greatest gifts that we can give the client who's going to receive our puppy is to give them a puppy that's confident in any situation. Being part of the Washington Capitals team, Biscuit, his socializing opportunities are just huge. If a puppy can handle thousands of people in attendance at the games, and if he can handle that, I think he can handle just about any situation that he's going to be in his future.
Biscuit, what's up, buddy? Little biscuits and gravy? Oh, there it is. There it is.
I'm Nick Dowd, number 26 of the Washington Capitals, and this is my main man, Biscuit, right here. He's named after the hockey puck. So people say putting the biscuit in the basket if you're around the rink. That's an old school saying, but also just a nice little nod to the fact that he is the Caps pup right now. And the partnership between the Caps and America's Vet Dogs is great. I think anytime we can give back to veterans or first responders is awesome. But it's also great for the players as well. And I think it allows us to see how great these dogs are and how useful they are for their owners. And everyone likes being around dogs and hockey players, right? So you get to combine the two, and I think that's a perfect way to look at it. I think myself and the other players enrich Biscuit's life in a lot of different ways. I think the main point of obviously having him around is so he can get conditioned to the new sights and sounds. I think being in a hockey rink, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's a bright area, a lot of noises. There's a lot of pucks that are banging against the wall, and he's constantly getting to meet a ton of people at once, trying to give him a lot of life lessons jammed into the days that he gets to see us, and us getting to see him every day too is a lot of fun. And we get it's like one of those things where we see him on 8 weeks old and then 12 weeks old, and then he's getting bigger and bigger, better trained. And if you're having a bad day or the monotony of game 45 and you come into the rink and it's a little cold out there in the winter, and you're trying to wake yourself up and get going, and there's our guy greeting us when we come onto the ice, and kind of gives you a smile, and it's nice to have him at the rink and kind of be able to pet a dog when you're going into work, which is nice. And the main goal is obviously he becomes a service dog for someone. We're really grateful that we get to be a part of that in a tiny way, even though Deanna's the one that's spending hours and hours with this guy. So.
At America's Vet Dogs, we serve veterans and first responders with disabilities. I happen to be a veteran myself. I was in the Air Force for 20 years. My first 12 of my 20 years, I was a military working dog handler and trainer. About 10 years ago, I saw a black lab and a yellow vest that said, future guide dog. And I was like, what is that? Instantly curious. So I talked to the puppy raiser who had this dog at the time. And that night, I went home and filled out my online application to become a volunteer puppy raiser. The Washington Capitals approached America's Vet Dogs when they decided they wanted to do something more for their veterans, which we have a large population of veterans in this DC metro area. And a little over 2 years ago, I began raising their first team dog, Captain. I raised Captain until he was about 18 months old. This coming June, he will have been a service dog with his veteran for 1 year. And I tell you, The match that they made between Captain and his veteran Mark could not have been more amazing. People ask us, how do you give them up at the end? It is painful, but it's rewarding at the same time. These dogs have such an important role in important people's lives. We serve the veterans who have served our country. We serve the first responders who serve their local communities, and these dogs change their lives. I am excited about the day that he is matched with his veteran or first responder. Again, it's going to be a sad day, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see, again, that life that he's hopefully going to change and make better one day. And I think he's 100% up for the job. He's a goof, he's nutty, but he happily does his job, and I think he's going to happily do his job for that right veteran or that right first responder.